Oshiomhole reacts to Gov. Ortom's exit from APC, killings by herdsmen. While speaking with newsmen at the APC Secretariat after a meeting of the National Working Committee, the national chairman of the party, Comrade Oshiomhole, said on Monday that the party has not shut its doors to any governor elected on the platform of the party. The former governor, who also dismissed reports of reported exit of Benue State Governor, Samuel Ortom, as a mere rumor, said Nigerians must come together with the same vigor they fought the Boko Haram insurgency to be able to defeat the menace of herdsmen killings rather than attaching ethnic and religious sentiments to the killings. Responding to a question on the reported exit of the Benue State Governor, who alleged that he was pushed out of the party, Oshiomhole said the governor had assured him on several occasion that he will not be leaving the party, pointing out that if he has actually left, the party would need to study the situation before formally reacting to it. He said, "I know that Governor Ortom is a very senior member of the party and he has said so repeatedly in print and has said to me one-on-one basis that he will not leave the APC unless he was pushed out. I have since assumed chairmanship of this party along with my colleagues in the NWC, and I know of a fact that we have not shut out any governor and certainly not Governor Ortom. In these days of social media, I will not be responding on the basis of rumor and unverified reports. In fact, talking about unconfirmed sources, on Saturday, I was in Lagos to honor an appointment that had been booked for over the past 6 months and I felt obliged to honor that appointment, and yet some of these merchants of untruth and fabricators of fake news posted all sorts of stories, including one of which I was being interviewed in a kitty. I was only there on Monday to address Labour leaders and on Tuesday, to participate in the grand finale of the campaigns of which Mr. President was there, and I left a kitty that same day on the same aircraft as Mr. President." Oshiomhole said the party is concerned about the rising wave of killings across the country, adding that security agents in the country must wake up and prove to the Nigerian people that they have the capacity to defend them and ensure the safety of lives and property. He said, "We have also deliberated on the unfortunate incident that occurred in Sokoto State last week, in which a number of innocent Nigerians were killed in cold blood by gunmen. We are worried about this, and our preliminary investigations showed that those affected come from a part of the state that can be said to quite rural and probably a place where people don't even have cattle. All they have is just their farmland. This killing, like other killings across the country, is condemnable and the NWC condemn them in the strongest words possible. We believe that every Nigerian, regardless of his location, has a right to life. We admit that the minimum obligation of government is to protect lives and property, and we urge our security chiefs to do everything possible not only to arrest all those involved in this senseless killing, but to do everything possible to be seen to have the competence to protect lives and property. No one will be satisfied with making explanations or try to explain away why we cannot secure human lives, especially of a Nigerian citizen within the borders of Nigeria. We want to strongly appeal to all Nigerians, and the media should help us in this process. This is the only country that we have, and so, we must do everything to give every Nigerian a sense of security regardless of his accident of birthplace, which some people refer to as ethnic origin, or his choice of residence of religious belief. It is not helpful to national efforts of security, lives and property if any Nigerian, including religious leaders and media, seeks to explain criminality in terms of religion or ethnic nationality. This is unhelpful in terms of our collective responsibility to work with security agencies to provide useful information that can lead to the arrest of criminals and also help them to preempt any plan by criminals to undermine our collective security. Those responsible for the wanton killings in Sokoto and those who are victims are of the same ethnic origin and unarguably of the same religious persuasion. It is the same thing in Zamfara state. It is not between one ethnic group or the other, and so, if these criminals found themselves in other parts of the country, as they have done from time to time, and their victims are of different ethnic origin, we should insist that We treat them for who they are, criminals that government has a duty to pursue and chase out of the territory of Nigeria, and all those who are perpetuating crimes be brought to justice in accordance with the provisions of our laws. As a nation, we should all be united, not only in co-democracy in this wanton killing, but also in helping government to do what it has to do: compel security agents to live up to their mandate. It is clearly unhelpful and it borders on divisive politics if we seek to disguise criminality either in religious terms or ethnic terms. Government has a duty to protect all citizens regardless of their religious belief. I ask the media to help us to educate the people that it does not help the process of law enforcement if crime and criminality are identified in terms of their ethnic origin or their religion. But we are together as a party and Nigerians that this killings stand condemned, and our security must do everything possible to convince Nigerians that under the leadership, we are safe and secured. They must continue to review their operational modalities in the light of emerging threats. The Buhari government is determined to do everything possible to secure the life and property of every Nigerian. That is one of the key objectives that this government committed itself to. Unfortunately, as much as we have made progress, we cannot but commend the president and security agents in decimating Boko Haram. Unfortunately, while we are making progress in this area, new form of criminality is emerging. We need the same kind of national effort and unanimity in working together to defeat these new criminals that are emerging. We will work with the government and encourage them to do everything it has to do to bring criminals to justice and secure the lives of every Nigerian. Think your friend would be interested. Share this story using any of the share button below, down arrow, place your text advert below, greater than 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 loading. Share your story with us via email, info@247nigerianewsupdate.co. Received news via our WhatsApp, kindly text 234,701 056 Add you. Click here to join us on our YouTube channel for news update. Click here to join us on Twitter for instant news update, at 247NGNEWSUPDAT. Click here to join millions around the globe to read news on our Facebook fan page for instant updates on Instagram. Click here, receive instant news update via our BBM broadcast D3DEFDF.